Hello, this is Smitty, and welcome to another Life of a Video Game Collector. I am in my game room, and one of the first things I did this week, or today, was I did a small little mod on this Galaga cabinet. It was already complete, but let me turn it on. I added a switch back here to turn on the whole system, which will turn on now. But that's what I added to it was the blue hue from the LED lights. I can also change the color from here. I think actually the sensor is more over here, so green. Come on, where are you at, sensor? There you go, green. But I do like the blue on this, so I'm gonna keep it at the blue hue. So really excited to add a nice little power button to it. I added the back to it finally, so it's all ready to go. If I need to get into it, I need to drill out the back of the arcade one up, which is fine. I shouldn't have to get into it. It should be all set and ready to go. Everything's working properly, so I'm really excited to get this one going. I also have an LED for the Mortal Kombat one. This is already set to red. The problem is that I do need an extra piece for the Mortal Kombat one, so that's going to be a little bit of a wait, probably a couple more days, so it probably should be done by the end of the week. Decided to do the hues on the regular arcade one-ups. I will probably add a marquee to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones, but I just want to make it a full experience when you're coming in here, so lights, gaming, all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. Still working on the Blitz. I decided to put my Alienware computer in there, which has a 1050, I believe, in there. Newer processor, so run a lot better. So I'm gonna play with that a little bit later. So stay tuned. Hello, this is me. I am back, and I showed you this one already. But I just hooked up my Mortal Kombat one with a red LED strip. And how I did that, because this is actually a stock arcade one-up, is I needed to get a splitter for the 5-volt piece, which was $5 for two of them, as well as a USB to 5-volt. So it automatically plugs in once I plug in the 5-volt into the USB. It's gonna stay on, so I actually will have to power this LED off. Like this one, which is hooked on to the Raspberry Pi, so when the Raspberry Pi is on, it will be on. When the Raspberry Pi is off, it will be off. Not the biggest deal, but just something I wanted to do. I think I will do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in green and have a really good effect on this arcade room, an eventual arcade in my basement. The lighting makes a huge difference for putting it in the mood for video games, but at the same time, still working on some other projects. I do have to switch out the controller board for the Scott Pilgrim one, mainly because the cord in there is not long enough. Plus, I don't have a speaker port on the one that's currently in there, so I will be taking that out, fixing it up with that. Yeah, and then hopefully I get the arts, and I just got a quote that I liked for price, and I think I might go with that, so I can finish up this project. I can order the buttons relatively soon since I have the controller board, and this is probably the one I'm most excited for. I do truly love the Scott Pilgrim game. Plus, I can play Danku Bekai. It's a anime RPG or anime fighting game that's really cool on the PS3. You can play a lot of fighting games on the PS3 since it's a jailbroken PS3. But there goes the rest of my game room right now. The Blitz one is basically done. I'm thinking about adding a solid state in there, so it's running a lot smoother, and you don't hear the hard drive as much, because I can hear the hard drive pretty hardcore in that one. Other than that, stay tuned for more progress. Hello, this is Smitty. Just got back home from work, obviously, wearing my work polo. And I just got back from Walmart and ran some errands. But I picked up a few things for the weekend for some projects I'm going to do. First one, I picked up another LED for my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cabinet. So the three non-modded ones. The Galaxy one's modded, but I'm not going to put a marquee or anything on it. So those three will have the backlit, while the other two will have marquees and possibly backlit. I haven't decided if I'm going to go that route or not. But at the same time, when I picked that up, I picked up a nice Dremel set. I had to make sure everything was there. Nice Dremel set from Walmart. It was $19, which is unbelievable price for a cordless Dremel set. So really excited about that. The box was slightly open, so yeah, that's why I had to open it up, make sure it was okay, and it was. Everything's nice and sealed and all that good stuff. So really excited about that. And then this weekend, it's gonna be an interesting weekend. It's my mother-in-law's 50th birthday party. Yeah, my wife is under 30, so yeah. My mother-in-law is relatively young. So yeah, we have that. A couple of friends are having a little get-together for their last day at my former place of work, so it's gonna be a fun weekend, so stay tuned. Hello, this is Smitty, and I added all the ambient lighting to these arcade one-ups, and I am really digging the feel of them. Obviously, I had to go green with the turtles. Red seems like an obvious choice for the Mortal Kombat, and I was deciding between a lighter green or lighter blue, but I decided to go with the dark blue because I just think it pops a little bit better on this cabinet. So yeah, this is one of the mods I did to these, so stay tuned for more arcade projects. Hello, this is me. I am back, and I hooked up some speakers to my Scott Pilgrim cabinet. Went with the yellow ones and with the grill exposed, so I can show off the yellow because the theme is going to have yellow lights on the back as well. It's going to have the yellow T-molding to go with the side art and all that good stuff. So yeah, really excited to add that on. I did buy a couple of dollar store Ninja Turtles to add a little bit of Ambient to the Turtles cab. Gonna be doing the Switch one right after I record this. But yeah, I have a couple more things coming in the mail, including the finishing touch for the amp because I need the cord to go into the monitor. I got the buttons for this, I just need the art. I just got the buttons yesterday, so really excited. This one's almost done. So I'm really excited to, display that and do a dedicated video for that. So stay tuned. Hello, this is Smitty, and it is a beautiful day here in Minnesota. It is over 40 degrees, which is pretty shocking for early March. So I'm gonna go shopping for a couple of things. So stay tuned. Just got out of that Super Target, and I had a order pickup from their store, obviously, and I picked up the Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection. Looking forward to this game. I wanted to pick it up sooner, but just been pretty busy with arcade building and stuff like that. Just got done with having lunch with a former co-worker, and on my way to get some lunch for my wife, so stay tuned. Hey, this is Smitty. I just left Burlington Coat Factory with a couple bags of clothes. I had a bunch of nice clearance shoes and sweaters for my more professional work attire, so bought them. It was a really good deal, so if you have a Burlington Coat Factory near you, might want to check it out, so stay tuned. So this is Smitty, and I have a weird addition to this life of a video game collector. So I purchased this mini fridge. I didn't purchase it, I actually got it for free about a year or so ago. And I always thought the issue was it needed Freon or whatever, or charge or whatever. But it turns out that the starter pin in here which is actually a common problem with mini fridges, and including mini fridges from gas stations and stuff like that. So what I did was I was able to get a new one. The piece is right there. You can't really see it well. See if I can focus it. So it's a 1-pan starter, and I was able to purchase it from Amazon for about $6 or $7 shipped to me. So I essentially got this mini fridge for free. It is working. It is cooling really well right now. So that's a really nice bonus that I will be able to throw into the bigger game room at some point. But the one thing that's also really interesting is I actually purchased the wrong starter pin. So what I had to do is there's a piece in the middle of the starter. It's kind of the size of a coin. I wish I had the example with me. But the coin, it typically rubs off and it won't be able to start correctly. So I took the coin from the starter that ordered wrong and made a makeshift one in here to get this working properly. So it did. Luckily, I did order the right one to replace if I need to in the future. But I'm really excited to have a nice little Red Bull fridge that cost me less than $10. But yeah, on to more part of this video. Hello, this is Smitty. I just left FedEx Kinko, or FedEx office, I should say, and I picked up a controller board vinyl overlay for my Scott Pilgrim cabinet. I decided to wait just a little bit for the sides, considering some hiccups in my personal life, so I am gonna stick that on and get that Scott Pilgrim project rolling, so stay tuned. Hello, this is Smitty, and this is the Scott Pilgrim arcade cabinet. I got the speakers hooked up, which are 4-inch speakers, yellow, because I'm going with a yellow theme because of the marquee. I have a yellow T-molding, that's the word I was looking for, to go with the speakers, and then I'm going to put yellow tape on the sides with the art. Got the amp and all that stuff going for this, so I'm super excited to get this going. The sound sounds amazing on this. This is on really, really low, and it's working really well. Thinking about adding LEDs on the back of it, but I do have the buttons for this and the art. I just need to do a little spray painting tomorrow before I finish it up, and really excited to do that, so stay tuned. Hello, this is Smitty, and I am wrapping up this week's Life of a Video Game Collector. It's been a very interesting week and a half. A lot of work on the arcade stuff here at home. I did have a few things happen to me personally that won't necessarily discuss in this video, but things are okay. Nothing crazy. Just some family things. In-law passed away and other things. So yeah, it's been a very interesting week and a half since I made a video. One of the cool things is that in the future you'll be getting better content from me, at least better looking content, since I got a brand new phone, the S20 Plus, going with that, and I'll definitely crisp up some of the things in these videos coming forward, because the low lighting and all that stuff makes it a lot better to record. Now, I didn't grab much for video games this last week or so, but I did grab two. You've seen the Mega Man ZX and the Zero collection. Sorry, I'm just brain farting like crazy. And then I got a Sparklight from Best Buy for $11 after a $5 reward. So yeah, it was a pretty good deal. Can pass out, $11 shipped to me. Can pass up because it looks like a pretty sweet game. But yeah, it's been a slow week for pickups for the last couple weeks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Switch collection. Arcades coming along, all that good stuff. The Scott Pilgrim is basically done, so you'll see that in the next video. Stay tuned for future content. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. Until next time, make sure you guys get your game on. Peace.